Imagine a global game of chess, where one move in the West sends ripples crashing through the East. US sanctions on Russia's oil titans are doing just that, threatening to disrupt China's energy lifeline and forcing tough choices on its refiners. But here's where it gets controversial. These penalties, aimed at pressuring Russia over Ukraine, are hitting China's oil industry hard, where state-owned and private refineries are scrambling to maintain supply chains without inviting their own sanctions. It's a delicate balancing act. Do you prioritize cheap fuel or dodge geopolitical landmines? And this is the part most people miss. The sanctions aren't just about punishing Russia, they are testing the resilience of international trade networks, exposing how intertwined economies really are. To put it simply for beginners, let's break it down. The US has slapped restrictions on major Russian energy players like Rosneft and Lukoil, as part of efforts to push for peace in Ukraine. This isn't just a slap on the wrist. It means companies worldwide have to be careful about doing business with them to avoid American penalties. For China, this is a big deal because Russia supplies a whopping 20% of its crude oil imports. That's roughly 2 million barrels every single day during the first 9 months of this year. That's a massive chunk of the raw material needed to produce everyday essentials like diesel for trucks, gasoline for cars, and even plastics for packaging. Think of it like this. If your kitchen relies on a specific supplier for flour, and suddenly that supplier gets blacklisted, you'd have to rethink your recipes or find alternatives fast. Chinese refineries are in a similar spot, navigating these sanctions to keep the oil flowing without getting caught in the crossfire. This reliance highlights how global energy markets are like a complex web. Pull one thread, and the whole fabric trembles. What if I told you this could spark a debate on energy independence? Some argue that countries like China should diversify their sources to avoid such vulnerabilities, perhaps turning to other suppliers like the Middle East, or even boosting domestic production. But others might say it's impractical. Russian oil is affordable and abundant, and sanctions are just political games that hurt everyone. Is this a fair strategy for global peace? Or does it unfairly burden innocent players in the supply chain? Share your thoughts below. Do you think sanctions like these achieve their goals, or do they just create more chaos? Agree or disagree, and let's discuss.